wash it away. If I could see the flowing water, nighttime.
System in America. Hundreds of thousands of children in the US are wards of the state, farmed out to private homes, and sometimes home after home after home. The foster family is paid a stipend, leading some families to take in two.
Laura in that bed this morning. That bed has been in this house for centuries. Family lore has it that King Henry VIII slept in it. And again, my ancestors were notorious liars. I don't know why I carry my wallet. I hardly ever leave the house. The key to my private lab. Not even Mrs. Dalton is allowed in there. Laura used to brush her hair every night before bed. Laura loved to curl up in that chair and read. Especially on stormy nights. Laura loved to curl up in that chair. The balcony that overlooks the back garden. I haven't used it since Laura left. Most items in here belong to Laura. I've never allowed Stella to touch them. Those are mine. I can almost picture Laura in that tub. She loved hot baths. I don't need a towel. I already had one today. Laura looked so elegant in that portrait. Laura's father found a baby owl while hunting and brought it home. She loved it. It died the night before our wedding day. Put a slight damper on things. One of my ancestors salvaged pieces from a burned cathedral and installed them in Dreadhill House. Laura wanted to clean some of it out, but she never got the chance. Spare rooms. I keep them locked. That girl is in that room. I wish she'd stay at Oxford.
Good morning.
Morning.
Tea and toast? Want it in the lab as usual?
Not yet. I'll eat later.
You need to eat, David.
Later, Stella.
As you say.
Simon's business card with his phone number. Have you noticed anything unusual in the house lately?
What do you mean?
I don't know. Signs of a break-in or intruder, or just the presence of someone else in the house.
No. No, of course not.
You have seen something in the house. What is it?
I never said.
You're acting strange.
Now that's the pig calling the cow fat.
I want you to tell me.
I don't care to talk about it.
Please, Nana. Please tell me. It's important.
You only call me Nana when you want your way. Only ever did.
Please.
All right. It was 2 days ago. I was making your bed. I thought I saw a woman in the mirror on the dresser.
A woman?
It was just for a moment. And when I turned, no one was there. It was my imagination playing tricks, and no wonder with how quiet things are in this house.
It was Laura, wasn't it? The woman you saw in the bedroom mirror.
We're not going to start talking about ghosts in this house. It's not healthy, and it isn't fair to Laura's memory. Do you hear me, David Styles?
All right. Relax. Is that girl lurking about?
You mean Sam? She went over to the university.
Good. Though a fat lot of good that does to my files.
So, what do you think of her?
Who?
Sam, of course. You are a bear this morning. She seems an independent sort to me. A go-getter.
Miss Everett certainly has initiative.
She's not been any trouble to you, has she?
Trouble? That girl has it stamped on her forehead in letters a mile high. Not that I can't deal with a chit like that.
Well, I hope she works out. That lab is in a state and a half, and I've got enough to deal with caring for the rest of this old monster.
So you've told me. Did the university say anything when they sent her over?
Not particularly. Funny, I thought they said they were sending a medical student, but I told them that wasn't necessary and they must have changed their minds.
She's not a medical student. You'd think they'd have got that right at least.
I know. That's why I think they must have sent someone else. Do you want me to call them?
Doesn't matter now. We appear to be stuck with Miss Everett. Don't get too attached to the girl, Stella. I don't intend to keep her long.
What do you mean?
What I said. I needed someone to sort some things out for me and help with this new experiment. It's very short term.
But you can't just hire the poor girl and send her packing within the month.
I don't see anything poor about Miss Everett.
That shows how much you know about girls. She obviously hasn't got a pot to you-know-what in, or anyone much to care would be my guess. You should have seen the state of her clothes when she arrived, like she's been wearing them for a year. She must be on one of those low-income scholarships, don't you think?
None of my business. The point is, I don't care to have a stranger in the house. The quicker it's done, the better.
Now, don't go upsetting yourself. I just thought it might be healthy to have someone else in the house.
Stella?
I won't say another word on the subject.
Mrs. Dalton has it serviced twice a year. I don't touch it. Old family portraits. Laura took them down when she moved in. We meant to have them restored, but it never happened. What the hell is that? Love. I don't know what that piece of rubbish is doing in my garage, but I'm going to have a talk with Mrs. Dalton about it. I don't know what that piece of rubbish is doing in my garage.
Hello. Everything all right?
Fine, thanks. What is that piece of junk metal out by the garage?
You mean the bike? I saw that. I assumed it belongs to Sam. It's broken down from what I can tell. That explains the state she arrived in.
It's a bloody eyesore.
Well, since no one ever comes to Dreadhill House, no one will ever see it, will they?
Listen, ring the repair shop in town and have them collect that bike. Tell them to do whatever they must to fix the ugly thing.
Why, David, that's generous of you.
Can't have the girl getting stuck here, can I? She's not here now, but I'm sure Mrs. Dalton saw Laura. Mrs. Dalton saw Laura in that mirror, but she's not there now.